The miracle of San Gerano, also known as the liquefaction of the blood of Saint Januarius, is a remarkable and enduring phenomenon that has captivated the faithful and intrigued skeptics for centuries. This miraculous event occurs in Naples, Italy, and centers around a vial of what is believed to be the dried blood of Saint Januarius, the city's patron saint. The miracle is said to happen 3 times a year: on September the 19th, the saint's feast day; on the Saturday before the first Sunday in May, commemorating the relocation of his relics; and on December the 16th, the anniversary of Naples being spared from the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 1631. Saint Januarius, known as San Gerano in Italian, was a bishop of Benevento who lived during the late 3rd and early 4th century. He is venerated as a martyr in both Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches. According to tradition, Januarius is persecuted for his Christian faith under the Roman Emperor Diocletian. He was eventually beheaded around 305 AD. Legend has it that a devout woman collected some of his blood in a vial during his martyrdom, and this relic has been preserved ever since. The earliest records of the blood's liquefaction date back to 1389, although it is believed that the phenomenon may have been observed earlier. During the designated dates, a silver bust of Saint Januarius containing a vial of blood is displayed in Naples Cathedral di San Gerano. The faithful gather in anticipation and prayers are recited, calling for the intercession of San Gerano. As the prayers intensify, the vial is examined by the clergy, and the blood inside of it is said to miraculously liquefy. The transformation from solid to liquid state is often accomplished by a change in colour and volume of the blood. The liquefaction of San Gerano's blood is considered a favourable omen for Naples and its inhabitants. When the blood liquefies readily, it is seen as a sign of the saint's protection and blessings for the city. Conversely, if the blood remains solid, it is often interpreted as a bad omen, potentially forewarnings for calamity such as natural disasters, epidemics, or social unrest. Throughout history, instances where the blood did not liquefy have indeed been followed by significant misfortune, reinforcing the belief in the miracle's prophetic nature. Scientific investigations have been conducted to understand the phenomenon, but no conclusive explanation has been reached. Some researchers suggest that the substance in the vial may exhibit thixotropic property, which means it can change from a gel to a liquid when agitated. Others propose that temperature fluctuations or human handling might play a role. Despite various hypotheses, the exact cause of the liquefaction remains a mystery, leaving room for faith and belief to flourish. The miracle of San Gerano holds deep cultural and religious significance for the peoples of Naples. It is a focal point of their religious calendar and is celebrated with favour and devotion. The processions, prayers, and celebrations surrounding the miracle foster a sense of community and continuity, connecting modern Neapolitans with their historical and spiritual heritage. Over the years, the miracle of San Gerano has attracted attention beyond Naples, drawing pilgrims, tourists, and curious observers from around the world. The event has been documented and reported by various media, contributing to its enduring legacy. While some view it with skepticism, many others regard it as a tangible expression of divine intervention and a testament to the enduring power of faith. The significance of the miracle of San Gerano extends beyond its religious context. It symbolizes hope, continuity, and resilience for the people of Naples, in a city that has faced numerous challenges, including natural disasters, economic hardships, and social upheaval. The miracle serves as a reminder of the strength and unity of Neapolitan community. It embodies a sense of collective identity and shared belief, reinforcing the bond between the citizens and their patron saint. In recent years, the miracle of San Gerano has continued to inspire both devotion and debate. As modernity and tradition intersect, the miracle stands as a bridge between the past and the present, inviting contemplation and reverence. Whether viewed through the lens of the faith or inquiry, the liquefaction of San Gerano's blood remains an extraordinary and compelling phenomenon, a symbol of enduring wonder and mystery. The miracle of San Gerano is a profound and multifaceted event that resonates deeply with the people of Naples and beyond. Its occurrence, steeped in history and faith, underscores the enduring power of belief and the human quest for meaning. meaning. As it continues to be celebrated and scrutinized, the miracle remains as a testament to the rich tapestry of religious and cultural traditions that defines Naples, highlighting the enduring interplay between faith, science, and the mysteries that lie beyond human understanding. Floribeth Mora Diaz's story is a compelling testament to faith and the belief in miracles within the Catholic tradition. Her healing, which played a pivotal role in the canonization of Pope John Paul II, remains one of the most extraordinary contemporary miracles recognized by the Catholic Church. Floribeth Mora Diaz, a Costa Rican woman, was leading a normal life with her family until April 2011, when she was struck by a sudden and severe headache. The pain was so intense that she sought immediate medical attention. After a series of tests, doctors delivered devastating news. Floribeth had an inoperable brain aneurysm. The aneurysm was located in a place that made surgical intervention impossible, and the prognosis was grim. The doctors informed her that she had only about a month to live. This diagnosis plunged Floribeth and her family into despair. As a devout Catholic, she turned to her faith for solace. During this period, Pope John Paul II, who had passed away in 2005, was in the process of beatification. Floribeth, along with many others, had a deep admiration for John Paul II, who was known for his charismatic leadership and spiritual depth. She began praying fervently for his intercession, seeking a miracle. On May 1st, 2011, the day of John Paul II's beatification, Floribeth's condition had worsened to the point where she was bedridden. Her family gathered around her. They all prayed for divine intervention. That morning, something extraordinary happened. As Floribeth laid in her bed, she gazed at a magazine cover featuring Pope John Paul II. She later recounted feeling an overwhelming sense of peace and hearing a voice telling her to get up and do not be afraid. Despite her condition, she found the strength to rise from her bed. Her family was astonished. Over the following days and weeks, Floribeth continued to improve. A follow-up medical examination revealed that the aneurysm had completely disappeared, a development that her doctors could not explain. The medical community was baffled. As such, a spontaneous and complete healing defied all scientific understanding. The miraculous nature of her recovery was evident to those who had witnessed her condition and subsequent healing. Floribeth's case was meticulously investigated by the Vatican as part of a canonization process for John Paul II. The process of verifying a miracle involves rigorous scrutiny, including consultations with medical experts and theologians. In Floribeth's case, the medical documentation provided clear evidence of the severity of her condition and the inexplicable nature of her recovery. The investigation concluded that there was no scientific explanation for her healing, thus affirming it as a miracle attributed to the intercession of Pope John Paul II. On the 27th of April 2014, Pope John Paul II was canonized as a saint by Pope Francis, with Floribeth Mora Diaz's miraculous healing serving as one of the key miracles required for his sainthood. Floribeth attended the canonization ceremony at the Vatican, where she shared her story with the world, expressing her deep gratitude for the miracle that had saved her life. Her presence at the ceremony underscored the profound impact of this event, not only on her life, but also on the broader Catholic community. Floribeth's healing continues to inspire countless people around the world. Her story is a beacon of hope for those facing seemingly insurmountable challenges, illustrating the power of faith and the possibility for miracles. For Floribeth, the experience reinforced her devotion and deepened her spiritual journey. She has since become a vocal advocate for faith and the intercessory power of saints, sharing her testimony in various forums to inspire and uplift others. The healing of Floribeth Mora Diaz stands as a modern miracle, a powerful reminder of the mysterious and transcendent aspects of human existence. It bridges the realms of faith and science, challenging our understanding of what is possible. While skeptics may seek rational explanations, for believers, her story is a testament to the divine and the enduring power of faith. It exemplifies the profound impact that spiritual belief can have on our lives, offering a narrative of hope, resilience, and the extraordinary potential of human experience when touched by the divine. Mother Teresa is one of the most venerated figures in recent history, known for her selfless work with the poor and sick in Kolkata, India. Her life and works led to her canonization as a saint by the Catholic Church. Two miracles attributed to her intercession were central to this process. These miracles were rigorously investigated and authenticated by the Vatican, leading to her beatification and subsequent canonization. The first miracle attributed to Mother Teresa involved the healing of Monica Becerra, a tribal woman from West Bengal, India. In 1998, Monica Becerra was suffering from a large, painful abdominal tumor that caused her significant distress and deliberation. Despite numerous medical consultations and treatments, her condition showed no signs of improvement. The tumor was so large that it made daily activities nearly impossible and threatened her life. On the 5th of September 1998, the first anniversary of Mother Teresa's death, Monica Becerra was admitted to the Ministries of Charity's home in Kolkata, where she received care and comfort from the nuns. It was here that a miraculous event occurred. According to Miss Becerra, the nuns placed a medallion bearing the image of Mother Teresa on her abdomen and prayed for her healing. That night, Miss Becerra experienced a profound sense of peace and felt an intense heat in her abdomen. The following morning, she awoke to find that her tumor had inexplicably disappeared. Medical examinations confirmed the complete and sudden disappearance of the tumor, which left the doctors baffled. Despite initial skepticism and controversy, including debates within the medical community about the nature of her healing, the Vatican conducted a thorough investigation. This involved scrutinizing medical records, interviewing witnesses, and consulting experts. The Vatican concluded that there was no scientific explanation for Miss Becerra's recovery and officially recognized it as a miracle attributed to Mother Teresa's intercession. This miracle was a key factor in Mother Teresa's beatification by Pope John Paul II in 2003. The second miracle attributed to Mother Teresa occurred years later and involved the healing of Marcelo Haddad Andrino, a Brazilian man suffering from multiple brain abscesses. In 2008, Mr. Andrino was gravely ill, with his condition rapidly deteriorating. The abscesses caused severe pain and neurological symptoms, and his doctors had little hope for his survival. His wife, Fernanda, prayed frequently to Mother Teresa for her husband's speedy recovery. She placed a relic of Mother Teresa near his head and continued to pray for her intercession. Remarkably, Mr. Andrino's condition began to improve. He experienced a complete and sudden recovery, with the brain abscesses disappearing without any medical intervention. Follow-up examinations confirmed that his brain had returned to normal, and there was no trace of the previous life-threatening condition. Mr. Andrino's recovery was considered miraculous, and it defied all medical understanding and expectation. The Vatican once again concluded an exhaustive investigation, examining medical evidence and consulting with experts to rule out any possible natural explanations. The inquiry concluded that Mr. Andrino's recovery was indeed miraculous and attributed to the intercession of Mother Teresa. This second miracle paved the way for her canonization as a saint. On September 4th, 2016, Pope Francis canonized Mother Teresa in a grand ceremony at the Vatican, recognizing her as Saint Teresa of Calcutta. This event was attended by thousands, including those who had been touched by her work and inspired by her life. The recognition of these two miracles affirmed her profound spiritual legacy and the impact of her faith and compassion. Mother Teresa's canonization was a culmination of a lifetime dedicated to serving the poorest of the poor. She founded the Missionaries of the Charity, an order that continues to provide care and support for the marginalized and destitute around the world. Her work earned her international acclaim, including a Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. Her life remains an enduring example of selfless love and devotion. The miracles attributed to her intercession underscore the deep faith and spiritual power that many believe she possessed. They highlight the mysterious and miraculous aspects of faith that transcend scientific explanation. For the Catholic Church and millions of believers worldwide, these miracles are tangible evidence of divine intervention and Mother Teresa's sainticity. Mother Teresa's legacy extends far beyond these miracles. Her life's work continues to inspire acts of charity and compassion globally. The miracles associated with her are not only instances of extraordinary healing, but also symbols of hope, faith, and transformative power of love. They serve as a testament to her enduring spiritual presence and the profound impact of her life dedicated to serving humanity. Sister Marie Simon Pierre's miraculous healing is a profound testament to the faith and the power of prayer. Her recovery from Parkinson's disease, attributed to the intercession of Pope John Paul II, played a crucial role in the late Pope's canonization process and has become a celebrated story within the Catholic Church. Sister Marie Simon Pierre, a member of the Little Sisters of Catholic maternity wards in France, was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2001. Parkinson's is a progressive neurological disorder that affects movement, causing tremors, stiffness, and difficulty with balance and coordination. For Sister Marie, the diagnosis was a heavy burden, as the disease severely impacted her ability to perform her daily duty and fulfill her vocation. By 2005, her condition had worsened significantly. The tremors in her left hand became more pronounced, and simple tasks such as writing and walking became increasingly difficult. She often had to rest during the day due to overwhelming fatigue, and her mobility was becoming severely restricted. Despite these challenges, Sister Marie continued to carry out her responsibilities with determination and faith. The turning point in Sister Marie's life came shortly after the death of Pope John Paul II in April 2005. The world mourned the loss of the beloved spiritual leader, and many Catholics began praying for his intercession, hoping for miracles that would affirm his sainticity. Sister Marie and her community were among those who prayed frequently to John Paul II, seeking his help in her battle against Parkinson's disease. On the 2nd of June 2005, Sister Marie's condition was particularly dire. She struggled through her day, relying heavily on others for assistance. That night, after evening prayers, she felt an overwhelming urge to write the name of John Paul II. Despite her tremors and the difficulties in controlling her hand, she managed to scrawl his name on a piece of paper. She later described a feeling of profound sense of peace and a mysterious inner strength during this act. The following morning, Sister Marie awoke feeling noticeably different. She realized that her stiffness in her muscles had lessened, and the tremors in her hand had significantly subsided. Astonished, she went about her morning routine, noticing a remarkable improvement in her ability to move and perform tasks that had been just impossible to do the day before. She felt rejuvenated and energized, a stark contrast to the constant fatigue she had been experiencing. Medical examinations soon confirmed what Sister Marie and her community already believed to be true. Her symptoms of Parkinson's had inexplicably vanished. Her neurologist, Dr. Stefan, was astounded by the sudden, complete remission of her symptoms, as such an occurrence is virtually unheard of in the medical field. Parkinson's disease is known to be incurable and typically progressive over time, making her recovery medically inexplicable. The news of Sister Marie's healing spread quickly, and it was brought to the attention of the Vatican. Given the significance of her recovery and the context of prayers to John Paul II, the Church initiated a thorough investigation to determine whether it could be classified as a miracle. The process involved rigorous scrutiny, including consultations with medical experts who examined her medical records and condition both before and after the event. In 2010, after 5 years of investigations, the Vatican officially recognized Sister Marie Simon Pierre's healing as a miracle attributed to intercession of Pope John Paul II. This recognition was pivotal in the process of beatification, which is a crucial step towards sainthood. The Church acknowledged there was no scientific explanation for her sudden recovery, reinforcing the belief that it was a divine intervention. Sister Marie's story is not only contributed to the beatification of John Paul II, but also his eventual canonization as a saint in 2014. Her healing stands as a powerful example of the potential for miraculous events in the context of faith and prayer. For many, it serves as a reminder of the profound impact that spiritual intercession can have on human lives, offering hope and inspiration for those facing seemingly unsurmountable challenges. Since her healing, Sister Marie Pierre has continued to serve her community, sharing her testimony and her incredible journey that she experienced. Her story resonates deeply within the Catholic faith, illustrating the enduring legacy of Pope John Paul II and the mysterious and miraculous ways in which faith can manifest the world. Saint Catherine Labour, born Zoe Labour on May 2nd, 1806, in the small village of Fain-les-Montiers in Burgundy, France, was the ninth of 11 children in a devoutly Catholic farming family. At the age of 9, her mother passed away, and Catherine took on many household responsibilities. She developed a deep devotion to the Virgin Mary, often seeking solace and guidance in her faith. Despite her father's initial opposition, Catherine felt a strong calling to religious life. At the age of 24, she joined the Daughters of Charity of Saint Vincent de Paul, a community dedicated to serving the poor and sick. She entered the convent on the Rue de Bac in Paris in January. In 1830, Catherine began experiencing a series of visions that would forever change her life and leave a lasting impact on the Catholic Church. The first apparition occurred on July the 18th, 1830. Catherine was awakened by a child whom she identified as her guardian angel, who led her to the convent's chapel. There she encountered the Virgin Mary, who appeared as a beautiful, serene woman seated on an altar. Mary spoke to Catherine, revealing that she would be given a special mission and that she would encounter many difficulties, but she should not be afraid. The Virgin Mary also shared with her a prophecy about the future of France and the world, including impending times of great trouble and strife. The most significant apparition took place on November the 27th, 1830, during evening prayers at the convent chapel. Catherine saw the Virgin Mary standing on a globe, with rays of light streaming from her outstretched hand. The rays, Mary explained, represent the graces she bestowed upon those who asked for them. Around the figure of Mary was an inscription: "O Mary, conceived without sin, pray for us who have recourse to thee." In this vision, Mary instructed Catherine to have a medal struck based on this image. On the reverse side of the medal, Mary explained, should feature a large letter M surmounted by a cross with a sacred heart of Jesus and Mary below it, surrounded by 12 stars. Catherine shared these visions with her spiritual director, Father Aladel, who was initially skeptical. However, he eventually became convinced of the authenticity of her experiences and sought approval from the Archbishop of Paris to proceed with the creation of the medal. In 1832, the first miraculous medals were produced and distributed in Paris. These medals quickly gained popularity among the faithful due to the many reported miracles and conversions attributed to their use. Stories of healings, protections, and other extraordinary events began to circulate, leading to widespread devotion to the miraculous medal. The devotion to the miraculous medal spread rapidly across the world, becoming one of the most significant sacramentals in the Catholic Church. The medal serves as a tangible reminder of the Virgin Mary's intercessory power and her role in guiding the faithful towards a life of grace and holiness. Millions of people, including saints, popes, and ordinary believers, have worn the miraculous medal as a sign of their devotion to Mary and their trust in her protection and intercession. Saint Catherine Labour, despite the extraordinary nature of her experiences, remained humble and sought a life of quiet service. She did not reveal her role in the apparitions to anyone except her confessor, maintaining a life of anonymity. She continued to work diligently in the convent, caring for the elderly and sick. It was only shortly before her death on December 31st, 1876, that she disclosed her identity as the recipient of the apparition. In 1933, her body was exhumed as part of the canonization process. It was found to be incorrupt, a sign of her sainticity. Her remains were transferred to a glass coffin in the chapel of Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal on Rue de Bac in Paris, where they remain to this day. Pilgrims from around the world visit the chapel to pay their respects and seek the intercession of Saint Catherine Labour. Saint Catherine was canonized by Pope Pius XII on July the 27th, 1947, recognizing her virtuous life and the profound impact of her vision. The miraculous medal continues to be a powerful symbol of faith, hope, and maternal care of the Virgin Mary. It encourages the faithful to seek Mary's intercession and to live lives of devotion and grace. The story of Saint Catherine Labour and the miraculous medal remains a testament to the enduring power of faith and the miraculous ways in which the divine can touch and transform human lives. The miraculous crucifix of Limpius, located in the Church of St. Peter in Limpius, Spain, has captivated the faithful and intrigued skeptics for over a century. This crucifix, depicting Jesus Christ on the cross, is renowned not just for its artistic and devotional value, but also for the extraordinary occurrences reported by numerous witnesses who claim to have seen the image of Christ come alive. The history of the crucifix begins with its creation, carved by an anonymous artist in the 18th century. The life-size figure of Christ is noted for its realistic and poignant representation of Jesus in his final moment. It was installed in the Church of St. Peter in Limpius, where it initially served as a focus for prayer and devotion. The miraculous events associated with the crucifix began in 1914 and continued to be reported throughout the 1920s. The first widely acknowledged miracle occurred in March 1919, when a parishioner, Matteo Mentrida, claimed to have seen the eyes of the crucified Christ open and close. This vision was soon followed by other similar accounts from different individuals, including a clergy, lay people, and visitors from outside the town. Witnesses described various phenomena. Some saw the eyes of the figure move. Others reported seeing Christ's mouth open as if it was speaking or breathing, and a few even claimed to see the entire body move as if it were alive. These occurrences often took place during Mass or while individuals were in deep prayer, adding to the spiritual and emotional impact of the experiences. The events at Limpius quickly attracted attention, drawing pilgrims from across Spain and beyond. Many came to see the crucifix for themselves, hoping to witness a miracle or simply be in the presence of what they believed to be a sight of divine manifestation. The influx of visitors turned the Church of St. Peter into a significant pilgrimage destination, much like other well-known sites of the Marian apparitions and miracles. The phenomenon did not go unnoticed by the church authority. A thorough investigation was included, during which numerous testimonies were collected. Accounts were often detailed and consistent, describing similar movements and expressions of the face on the crucifix. These investigations included statements from reputable individuals, including medical doctors and clergy, who vouched for the authenticities of their experiences. One of the most compelling testimonies came from Father Jose Maria Galarrega, a Jesuit priest who initially approached the reports with skepticism. During a mass in front of the crucifix, he witnessed the eyes of the figure move and its expression change. His detailed and sincere account added significant weight to the claims of the miraculous nature of the crucifix. In addition to these visional phenomena, many pilgrims reported experiencing profound spiritual renewals, physical healings, and conversions after visiting the crucifix. These transformations were often attributed to the divine presence they felt while praying before the figure. The Church has always approached such claims with caution, emphasizing the importance of discernment and verification. While the miraculous nature of the events of Limpius have not been officially proclaimed as dogma of faith, the local clergy and many believers maintain a strong conviction about the divine origin of these occurrences. The Church continues to encourage devotion to the crucifix, recognizing the deep spiritual impact it has had on countless lives. Today, the crucifix of Limpius remains a powerful symbol of faith and a focal point of devotion. Pilgrims still visit the Church of St. Peter, drawn by the legacy of the miracles and the hope of experiencing a connection with the divine. The story of the miraculous crucifix serves as a reminder of the mystery of faith and the ways in which the sacred can manifest in the material world, inspiring believers to deepen their devotion and trust in the miraculous. Tale of the Wizard Clip is one of the most enigmatic and enduring stories in American Catholic folklore. The narrative that intertwines mystery, the supernatural, and faith of the early American settlers. It is set in the late 18th century in a small town of Middleway, West Virginia, then part of Virginia. The story revolves around a farmer named Adam Livingstone and a series of inexplicable supernatural events that led to his conversion to Catholicism and the establishment of a significant religious legacy. Adam Livingstone, a Lutheran immigrant from Germany, settled in Middleway with his family. In 1794, a mysterious stranger arrived at Mr. Livingstone's home, desperately ill and seeking shelter. Despite Mr. Livingstone's hospitality, the man died in his home after requesting Catholic rites, which Mr. Livingstone, being Lutheran and suspicious of Catholicism, could not provide. According to the legend, the stranger expressed deep concern for his soul and asked Mr. Livingstone to call for a Catholic priest priest, a request that went unfulfilled. After the stranger's death and burial, strange occurrences began to plague the Livingston household. A persistent and inexplicable sound of clipping scissors was heard, and articles of clothing and fabric around the house were found mysteriously cut into crescent shape. This phenomena earned the town and the story the name Wizard Clip. The disturbances escalated over time. Fires broke out spontaneously, livestock perished without cause, and eerie sounds filled the air. Mr. Livingston and his family were terrified and sought help from their neighbours and local clergy, but to no avail. The supernatural occurrences persisted, leaving the family desperate for a solution. In his desperation, Mr. Livingston sought the help of a local Protestant minister, but their prayers and rituals failed to stop the haunting. Finally acting on the advice of his acquaintance, he decided to contact a Catholic priest. Father Dennis Cahill from Hagerstown, Maryland, was summoned. Upon his arrival, Father Cahill performed an exorcism and various Catholic rites, including mass and blessings to cleanse the home. It was during this period that the voice of a soul from the other side reportedly began to communicate with the living, guiding them towards Catholic practices and urging them to seek further assistance from the Catholic Church. The supernatural phenomena began to subside following these interventions, and the haunting eventually ceased. Deeply moved by these experiences, Adam Livingston converted to Catholicism along with his entire family. He donated a portion of his land to the church, where a chapel was eventually built, and the property became the site of pilgrimage and prayer. This land, known as Priestfield, now the location of Priestfield Pastoral Center. The story of the Wizard Clip has been passed down through generations, with various versions and embezzlement adding to its mystique. While some skeptics regard it to be a folktale, the Catholic Church has recognized the significance of the event. The Diocese of Wheeling Charleston oversees the Priestfield Pastoral Center, which continues to attract visitors intrigued by the legend. The Wizard Clip story has been documented in various historical records and retelling, including the writings of Bishop John England of Charleston, South Carolina, and other American Catholic figures. These accounts provide a fascinating glimpse into the religious tensions and supernatural beliefs of early American settlers. The Wizard Clip legend is a remarkable narrative that highlights the intersection of faith and the supernatural, as well as personal transformation. It underscores the profound impact that unexplained phenomena can have on individuals and communities, leading to enduring religious and cultural legacy. The story remains a powerful testament to the mysterious way in which faith and the supernatural can shape human experiences and history. Saint Gemma Galgani, often referred to as the Gem of Christ, is a celebrated figure in the Catholic Church, known for her deep spirituality, mystical experiences, and profound devotion to Jesus Christ. Born on March 12, 1878 in the small Italian town of Camigliano, near Lucca. Gemma's life was marked by extraordinary piety and suffering, which she embraced with unwavering faith and love for God. From a young age, Gemma displayed an intense spirituality. Her mother died when she was 7, and her father passed away when she was 19, leaving her an orphan. Despite these early tragedies, Gemma's faith only deepened. She was known for her charitable nature, caring for her younger siblings, and devoting herself to prayer and acts of kindness. Gemma's mystical experiences began to manifest more prominently in her early 20s. She experienced visions of Jesus, the Virgin Mary, and her guardian angel. These visions were not just passive experiences. Gemma often engaged in profound conversions with these celestial beings. Her biographers note that she received the stigmata, the wounds of Christ, on the 8th of June 1899. This phenomenon, which she experienced weekly from Thursday evening to Friday afternoon, was accompanied by intense physical and spiritual suffering, mirroring the Passion of Christ. Despite her mystical experiences, Gemma remained deeply humble and obedient to her spiritual directors. She documented her visions and experiences in her diaries, which provide a rich insight into her spiritual life. These writings reveal her intense love for Jesus and her desire to suffer for the salvation of souls, aligning her own sufferings with those of Christ. Gemma's health, however, was frail. She suffered from various illnesses throughout her life, including spinal tuberculosis, Despite her physical ailments, she continued to live a life of deep prayer and sacrifice. Her final illness struck in early 1903, and she bore the suffering with remarkable fortitude. Gemma passed away on the 11th of April 1903 at the age of 25. After her death, the fame of Gemma's sanctity spread rapidly. Numerous miracles and graces were attributed to her intercession. Her canonization process began in 1917, and she was beatified by Pope Pius XI in 1993. Pope Pius XI canonized her as a saint on May 2nd, 1940, recognizing her as a model of Christian virtue and a powerful intercessor. Saint Gemma Galgani is often depicted in religious art with a stigmata and holding a crucifix, symbolizing her deep connection with the Passion of Christ. She is a patron saint of students, pharmacists, and those suffering from back pain and spinal injuries. Her legacy continues to inspire many around the world. The sanctuary dedicated to her in Lucca, Italy, attracts thousands of pilgrims every year. Saint Gemma's life and writings remain a testament to the power of faith, love, and sacrifice, embodying the essence of what it means to be a true gem of Christ. Her story encourages believers to embrace their own sufferings with courage and trust in the transformative power of divine love. Saint Paul of the Cross, born in Palo Francesco d'Ane on the 3rd of January 1964 in Novara, Italy, was the founder of the Passionist order and is revered for his deep spirituality and remarkable supernatural gifts. Throughout his life, he exhibited various mystical phenomena that were a testament to his profound connection with the divine and his intense devotion to the Passion of Jesus Christ. One of the most notable supernatural gifts of Saint Paul of the Cross was the stigmata, the physical manifestation of Christ's wounds on his own body. While there are varying accounts regarding the visibility of his stigmata, it is widely believed that he bore these marks invisibly, experiencing the pain and suffering associated with Christ's crucifixion without the wounds being outwardly visible. This intense mystical experience reflected his deep identification with the Passion of Christ, a central theme in his spirituality. In addition to the stigmata, Saint Paul of the Cross was known for his gift of prophecy. He accurately foretold future events and provided spiritual guidance that demonstrated a profound understanding of God's will. This prophetic ability was often evident in his interactions with others, where he would offer insights and counsel that revealed a deep spiritual wisdom. Saint Paul of the Cross also possessed the gift of bilocation, the ability to be present in two places simultaneously. Several accounts document instances where he was seen to be in different locations at the same time, offering spiritual assistance and participating in various religious activities. This extraordinary phenomenon was viewed as a sign of his sanctity and his unique role in God's plan. Another significant supernatural gift attributed to Saint Paul of the Cross was his ability to perform miraculous healings. Numerous accounts detail how he prayed over the sick and afflicted, resulting in their recovery from various ailments. These healings were often accompanied by his frequent prayers and his invocation of the Passion of Christ, underscoring the spiritual power of his intercessory prayers. Saint Paul of the Cross was also known for his deep mystical experiences during prayer. He often entered into profound states of ecstasy, where he would be completely absorbed by the presence of God. During these moments, he experienced visions and revelations that deepened his understanding of the divine mysteries and fortified his spiritual mission. His gift of discernment was another remarkable supernatural ability. He had an extraordinary capacity to read hearts and understand the spiritual state of individuals who came to him for guidance. This gift allowed him to offer precise and impactful spiritual direction, helping many souls to grow in holiness and deepen their relationship with God. The life of Saint Paul of the Cross was marked by an unwavering dedication to the Passion of Christ, which he considered the most powerful means of union in God. He founded the Passionist Order in 1720 with the mission of promoting devotion to the Passion of Jesus and supporting the spiritual renewal of the Church. His order emphasized prayer, penance, and preaching about the sufferings of Christ, aiming to inspire deeper conversions of heart. Saint Paul of the Cross's supernatural gifts were integral to his ministry and his influence of the Church. His life works continue to inspire the faithful, emphasizing the transformative power of meditating on the Passion of Christ. Canonized in Pope Pius IX in 1867, he is remembered as a mystic, a prophet, and a healer whose legacy endures the ongoing work of the Passionist Order. For those interested in delving deeper into his life and mystical experiences, various biographies and scholarly works provide extensive insights. Sources such as the writings of the Passionist community, historical accounts, and documented testimonies from those who knew him offer a comprehensive understanding of the remarkable supernatural gifts of Saint Paul of the Cross. Sister Magdalena of the Cross is one of the most intriguing and controversial figures in the history of Catholic mysticism. Born in 1487 in Cordoba, Spain, she joined the convent of Franciscan nuns and quickly gained a reputation for her piety and extraordinary spiritual experiences. However, her life took a dramatic turn when it was discovered that many of her mystical phenomena were deceitful and her path to sainthood was marred by scandal. Sister Magdalena claimed to have experienced mystical phenomena from a young age. She was said to have had visions, performed miracles, and received many stigmata. Her apparent sanctity and spiritual gifts drew admiration from many, including ecclesiastical authorities. People believed that she had a direct line to the divine, and she was often consulted for her supposed prophetic insights. One of her most famous claims was that she had made a pact with the devil at the age of 5. According to her later confession, she entered into this pact to gain fame and admiration. As part of the pact, she was promised the ability to perform miraculous feats and to deceive many people. She maintained this deception for decades, all while living in convent and being revered as a living saint. Over the years, numerous reports of her miraculous activities spread far and wide. She was believed to have levitated, bilocated, and even to have foreseen future events. Her fame grew and she became a well-known figure not only in Spain, but also across Europe. However, alongside the admiration, there were always skeptics who doubted the authenticities of her experiences. The turning point in Sister Magdalena's life came in 1543, when she fell gravely ill. Believing she was near death, she confessed to the fraudulent nature of her mystical phenomena and her pact with the devil. This confession sent shockwaves through the religious community. The church initiated a thorough investigation into the claims and her life. During the investigation, it was revealed that many of the miracles attributed to her were in fact fabricated. Her confession included detailed accounts of how she had deceived her fellow nuns, the clergy, and the faithful. She admitted that her stigmata were self-inflicted wounds and that she had used various tricks to create the appearance of miraculous events. The church's response to Sister Magdalena's confession was severe. She was subjected to a rigorous penitential regime and was isolated from the other nuns in her convent. Despite her fall from grace, she expressed genuine remorse for her action and spent her remaining years of her life in penance and prayer. She died in 1560, having lived the final years years of her life in relative obscurity compared to her earlier fame. Sister Magdalena of the Cross's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of deceit and the complexities of spiritual phenomena. It highlights the Church's role in discerning true mystical experiences from false ones, and the importance of humility and integrity in the pursuit of spiritual greatness. Her life, marked by both extraordinary claims and profound deception, remains a fascinating chapter in the history of mysticism and religious experience. The miraculous infant Jesus of Prague is a highly venerated statue of a child Jesus that resides in the Church of Our Lady Victorious in Prague, Czech Republic. The statue, measuring approximately 18 inches in height, is made in wood coated with wax and depicts Jesus as a king, adorned with royal garments and a crown, holding a globe in his left hand to symbolize his domination over the world. His right hand is raised in a gesture of blessing. The origin of the statue can be traced back to the early 16th century of Spain, where it was believed to have been crafted. The latter made its way to Prague through a series of fortuitous events and became a central figure of devotion, known for numerous reported miracles and graces granted to those who sought its intercession. The statue's journey to Prague began with Maria Manrique de Lara, Spanish noblewoman who received it as a wedding gift. Maria brought the statue to Bohemia, where she married a Czech nobleman, Vratislav of Pernstein. In 1628, their daughter, Princess Polyxena of Lebekiewicz, donated the statue to the Discalced Carmelites in Prague, who placed it in their church. The Carmelites, facing the turmoil of the 30 Years' War, experienced a series of misfortunes, including the plundering of their monastery and the subsequent damage to the statue. The statue was discarded and forgotten for a time until Father Cyril of the Mother of God rediscovered it in 1638. Upon finding the statue, Father Cyril reported hearing a child Jesus speak to him, saying, "Have mercy on me, and I will have mercy on you. Give me hands, and I will give you peace. The more you honor me, the more I will bless you." These words reinvigorated the devotion to the infant Jesus of Prague. Father Cyril had the statue restored, and the miraculous occurrences associated with it soon began to multiply. The faith attributed numerous healings and other favors to intercession of the infant Jesus. One of the most notable miracles occurred during a plague that swept through Prague. The citizens, gripped by fear and desperation, turned to the infant Jesus for help. The statue was processed through the streets, and prayer for deliverance were frequently offered. Many believe the city's eventual relief from the plague was a direct result from these devotions. This event solidified the statue's reputation as a source of divine intervention and protection. The devotion to the infant Jesus of Prague spread rapidly beyond the borders of Bohemia. Reports of miraculous healings and answered prayers reached other parts of Europe and eventually the world. Pilgrims began to flock to the Church of Our Lady Victorious, seeking the statue's intercession. The Carmelite community recognized the importance of this devotion, promoted it widely, and the statue was adorned with various beautiful garments donated by the faithful over the centuries. In 1896, Pope Leo XIII granted a canonical coronation to the statue, recognizing its significance in the Catholic faith. The statue's popularity continued to grow. It became a symbol of hope and divine favor for many. The devotion was further endorsed when Pope Benedict XVI visited the statue during his apostolic journey to the Czech Republic in 2009, underscoring its importance in contemporary Catholic spirituality. The Church of Our Lady Victorious remains a significant pilgrimage site to this day. The Carmelite Fathers continue to care for the statue and the influx of pilgrims who visit, drawn by the stories of miraculous interventions and a deep sense of peace and hope that the statue inspires. Special novena prayers and masses are held in honor of the infant Jesus of Prague, particularly on the statue's feast day, which is celebrated with great solemnity and joy. The devotion to the infant Jesus of Prague emphasizes the innocence, humility, and power of the Christ child. It invites the faithful to approach Jesus with childlike trust and confidence in his love and mercy. The statue serves as a tangible reminder of God's loving care and powerful intercession of Christ, even in his infancy. For many, the infant Jesus of Prague represents a source of comfort and a beacon of hope, especially in times of distress and uncertainty. The legacy of the infant Jesus of Prague is a testament to the enduring power of faith and the profound impact that a single image can have on the spiritual lives of countless individuals. Its history, filled with miraculous events and deep devotion, continues to inspire and uplift those who seek its intercession. The miraculous infant Jesus of Prague stands as a powerful symbol of divine love and mercy, inviting all to experience its transformative grace that flows from a sincere devotion to the Christ child. Throughout history, several saints have been credited with performing extraordinary miracles. One of the miracles that intrigue many people are the accounts of saints who are able to raise the dead. These accounts often serve to underscore their sainticity and divine favor. Here are some notable examples. Saint Peter, one of Jesus' apostles, is renowned for raising Tabitha, Dorcas, from the dead. According to the Acts of the Apostles, Acts 9:36-42, Tabitha was a beloved disciple known for her good works and acts of charity. When she fell ill and died, the believers in Joppa sent for Peter. Upon arriving, Peter prayed over her body and said, "Tabitha, get up." She opened her eyes and sat up. The news of this miracle spread throughout Joppa, leading many to believe in the Lord. Saint Paul, another prominent apostle, is credited with raising Eutychus from the dead. In Acts 27-12, while Paul was preaching in the Taurus, a young man named Eutychus fell asleep and tumbled from a third-story window. He was picked up but dead. When Paul went down and embraced him, he said, "Do not be alarmed, for his life is in him." Eutychus was restored to life, and Paul continued to speak until the morning. Saint Francis of Poland, the founder of the Order of Minims, was known for numerous miracles, including raising the dead. One notable account involves a man named John Scorbuto. John had died, and his family had asked Francis for help. After praying frequently, Francis called upon John to arise in the name of Jesus Christ, and John was miraculously restored to life. Saint Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, is traditionally credited with raising several people from the dead. One of his most famous accounts involved him reviving a man named Auden, who had died. According to the legend, Patrick prayed over Auden, who was then brought back to life, further solidifying Patrick's reputation and aiding his mission to convert the Irish to Christianity. Saint Vincent Ferrer, a Dominican friar and missionary, is said to have performed countless miracles, including raising the dead. One of the most famous instances occurred in Salamanca, Spain, where he brought a man named Pedro back to life. This miracle greatly contributed to Vincent's reputation as a powerful preacher and healer. Saint Stanislas of Szepano, the bishop of Krakow, is celebrated for raising a man named Peter from the dead. According to tradition, Peter was a witness in a legal dispute involving the king, and his testimony was crucial. After Peter's death, Stanislas prayed over his grave, and Peter arose and provided the necessary testimony before returning to his rest. This miracle is one of the reasons Stanislas is venerated as a patron saint of Poland. Saint Catherine of Siena, a Dominican territory and doctor of the church, is said to have performed numerous miracles, including raising the dead. One account involves the resurrection of a woman named Nicolosa, who had died suddenly. Catherine prayed frequently, and Nicolosa was restored to life, which bolstered Catherine's reputation for holiness and divine favor. Saint Martin de Porres, a lay brother of the Dominican order in Lima, Peru, is credited with raising a young girl from the dead. According to the accounts, the girl had died, and Martin, known for his profound compassion and miraculous ability, prayed over her body. She was miraculously brought back to life, further attesting to Martin's deep faith and connection with the divine. Saint Philip Neri, the founder of the Order, is said to have raised a boy named Paolo Mamicino from the dead. Paolo was the son of a friend of Philip, and when he died, Philip prayed intensely for his restoration. Paolo was brought back to life, an event that deeply affected those who witnessed it and enhanced Philip's spiritual reputation. Saint Anthony of Padua, a Franciscan friar, is also credited with raising the dead. One well-known story involves a young man whose heart had turned to stone because of his cruelty to his mother. After his death, Saint Anthony's prayer restored the young man's life, leading to his repentance and conversion.